Hey everyone, I'm Lynn Ferguson, your host here on the show, Lynn's Friends. No, I'm playing. I don't do no introductions no more. I'll be sick of that. I hate people taking 50 years to get to just get to it. So, in that same vein, um, I'm basically wanting to start with Halle Bailey and like a comment that I made about the Little Mermaid discourse or whatever in the film and everything, and how it went. I would say it went left, but it went exactly the right way that it was supposed. That I expected it to go, and that it was supposed to go, and it really just further proved my point. So I'm going to show you that. Then I'm going to, oh yeah, I'll just do it and I'll come back because people like to see me in the videos and like I don't feel like doing that whole split screen thing because I hate when I be small. I can't see myself and I like to see myself so I can make certain that I look a certain way because I have a very angular face and I have to watch the angles that I do and stuff because I'll look weird. Um, what do you call it? So yeah, I'll just show you this one and then I'll come back. This is the first comment that I want to start with because it's just so funny to me. So there's this, and honestly, I want to pull this up on through Instagram. So let me just go ahead and do that. Okay, here we go. So
Ariel,
Yes.
it was you all along. I should have known. I don't know what came over me.
She bewitched you.
Get away from her!
Eric, I want you to know.
Oh, just
I
kiss!
want you to know
Nothing
everything.
matters now. No! Oh, good Lord. She's a sick creature. You're too late! You're too late! Stay back! Shut up!
and really quick, before I get into this commentary, I just want to leave this few second message. I forgot to mention how the white woman who you see within this film, The Little Mermaid, one of the ways that they tried to cling to her being the one who should have played Ariel or her being, the best part of the movie or whatever the case may be. One of the reasons that they try to attribute it to her voice in the scene when you see her doing this kind of rock setup. So actually, I just thought about it. A great thing to do right now would be to show you that scene. So that's what I'm going to do. So let me get over here and let me no, not a script. Let me share my screen, audio and all, and go to YouTube. And let me rock, what do you call it? Is it an arpeggio? Um, scale. Rock, Ariel scale. Here we go.
Ariel?
So long, Red.
So as you can see, that was clearly the scale that is done in the original film and all that good stuff, that Ariel does, well, that Ursula does with Ariel's voice now that she's taken Ariel's voice. And what people don't seem to, I mean, really stupidly, I feel like, don't seem to realize is that, or at least didn't in the beginning, is that that was Ariel's voice. That was Halle Bailey's voice. It really was Ariel's voice. Because, of course, it was. That was what it was supposed to be. But they thought that they let the woman, the white woman who played her, played Ursula, they thought that they let that white woman sing that rock part. And because rock is so often attributed to white people, even though it's a black genre that was created by black people and innovated by black people, grunge was created by black people, all that good stuff. A black woman, actually, Tina Bell, and all this good stuff. She was out before Nirvana, Alice in Chains, all of them. But what do you call it? It's just so funny because it's like everything that they attribute to her, um, um, in this entire scene, that girl did not say a single thing or sing a single thing. It was a mix of Ariel's voice, and then by the end, it was and what's her name, Ursula's, or excuse me, Melissa McCarthy's voice. So it was a mix of their voices. So it was just Halle Bailey at first, and then it was Halle Bailey, and then it was Melissa McCartney or McCarthy at the end. So it's just so funny because it's like y'all wanted to give everything, you even the vocals. Nobody's complimenting her vocals. Well, people are, but these same people are not. These racist people are not complimenting Halle Bailey for her vocals. They hate the new rendition of "Part of Your World" and all that good stuff. But all of a sudden, we love her vocals when we think that they're coming from a white woman. And they did a very good job of making it seem as though it came from a white woman or it came from this woman in the film. So I just wanted to throw that in there because it is a very pertinent part of the conversation. And I forgot to say that because it just shows that, this is all rooted in the fact that she is black, you know? So this woman right here, this beautiful white woman who really played her, I had to make certain that I was still being caught, really played the shit out of her role. And I appreciate being represented as the, human form of Ursula. She is uh, who everyone, you know what? It'll reveal itself because I explained all of this. So I made a comment. Now I made this comment immediately after reading all these other comments. Even Ursula acted better and she's the villain. Not my Ariel. Thumbs down. Y'all haters in the comments. Hallie is dope as fuck. Who can do better? I'll wait. No one's responded yet. Absolutely dislike this version. Nope. Thumbs down. I'm on Ursula's side in this version. I'm sorry, but I'll never watch this version. It irritates the living hell out of me. All that good stuff. So, in response to this, I added my own little comment. And it reads, I love being Black within this age and being able to live to see the day that we could take Ariel from you, all of you, and steal all of your happiness. And I'm sure most of y'all get that. Well, I'm sure some of y'all get the reference. And it's also why I put the apple. But that is um, taking from the energy and even some of the lines of what's her name? Lana Parilla's character, the Mayor Regina, or the Evil Queen in Once Upon a Time. And I'm doing that because, she clearly, she always infamously states that she wants to steal everyone's happiness if it's the last thing that she does. And I tagged Halle Bailey with some bubbles and, trying to be, shady and all kinds of shit. Not to her, but, that's definitely on my shit. Someone, this white boy got in the comment section and put in, it looks like only one person liked his comment. Of course, another white person. I see no stealing, just a different view that will never be hated by me. Halle did an amazing job. But he didn't like my comment. He just responded with that. So this was another instance of white people, especially a white man, trying to get into a situation and assert himself as the authority who knows best and puts all of the immature ones to rest. You know what I'm saying? But the way that he put stealing stood out to me because if you go back, I love being black within this age and being able to live to see the day that we could take Ariel from you, not steal, take all of you and steal all of your happiness. That's the only thing that I refer to when it comes to stealing. And you can't deny just because your happiness isn't stolen by this doesn't mean that all of these people in the world have not tried to cling to this woman instead of Ariel because she is white and Ariel is black. You know what I'm saying? And try to hate on this film because Ariel is a black woman. So, and mind you, this entire episode is just going to be about black stuff. Well, obviously my channel's about black stuff, but like this whole video is going to be about like black people online basically and what we have to go through. So I'm starting with this. So I love that, but then I thought about it for a second and I was like, but that you didn't like the comment is revealing, and it is. And I put, and lastly, I didn't attribute theft to Ariel. That was me attributing the theft to their happiness because people are letting their racism and this trigger that racism and steal their happiness. Like, it's dumb. It's so dumb. But if that's how you want to be about it, then I'm going to revel in it. I think that it's amazing to be able to turn those limes into limeade. You know what I'm saying? Because even limeade has a flavor, girl. So then this Luna, the lunatic Rottweiler. Oh, of course she's a dog. Put take question mark. LOL, girl, you got to get yourself together. You know how they love to use our, because I'm almost certain that this is not a black woman or a black person. They love to use our vernacular and our way of being and everything. Like, you know, everyone loves to shit on black people all the time and tell us how we're so wrong, pile on us in the comment sections because we're always so incorrect and we're always so violent and we're always so loud and wrong and all these other things. You know, everything that everybody wants to say. But they will dish you, they'll talk you down with your vernacular, with your ebonics, with your dialect, with your colloquials. You know what I'm saying? So take question mark, LOL, girl, you got to get yourself together. We are all doing life on the same planet, and this movie is entertainment, not a competition. Don't wreck it by your immaturity. So wait. So wait. Wait. We could go being black within this age and being able to say that we could take Ariel from you, all of your happiness. So that comment, as it obviously is supposed to be, is what ruins it for everyone. Is that am I getting that correct? Not a competition. Don't wreck it by your immaturity. So wait, I would be wrecking this movie that came out 3 years ago at this point. That's what I would be doing by putting that comment forth and backing it up like I just did, and I'll read to you in a second. Like, this is the shit that I be talking about. Because it's like, you went through, well, I explained it in my comment. I laugh at you, Luna. It's quite laughable how you filter through all of the negative press that this film has gotten because of her being black, including within this very comment section, which prompted my comment, and find one of the few comments that revels in the hatred that this movie is getting and turns that lime into limeade, just to call me immature. And by that, I'm simply pointing out, you already know, though, I'm sure whoever's listening to this, we all know the press that movie got. We all know we're not going to act brand new because that's what a lot of white people like to do when they like to try to turn racism tables on you and make it seem as though you're the one who's being discriminatory or something. They love to act brand new because that's the only way that they're able to even try to attempt to, do something like that, turn it on you, is if we act as if there is no history of white supremacy and there is no system of white supremacy in place right now, specifically, and a specifically anti-black system in place as well. So I put, You all will never fail to prove your own anti-blackness, even if you do so by focusing upon the few black people who do the aforementioned and appreciate the hate instead of the hatred itself. It is your instead of the hatred itself. That was supposed to be an extension of what I was saying in the beginning. You all will never fail to prove your own anti-blackness, even if you do so by focusing upon the few black people, and then if we skip all of that, or and that appreciate the hate, or excuse me, or the excuse me, instead of the hatred itself. I'm not explaining that correctly. Let me read the sentence again. You all will never fail to prove your own anti-blackness, even if you do so by focusing upon the few black people who do the aforementioned and appreciate the hate instead of the hatred itself. And that's what it is. That's what it is. And it was supposed to be by focusing upon the few black people, and then we can skip the rest and put or the hatred instead of the hatred itself. That's what it was. So it wasn't supposed to be read like by focusing upon the few black people who do the aforementioned and people who appreciate the hate instead of the hatred itself. No, the instead of the hatred itself. Like once you get to and people and appreciate the hate, that's the end of that idea. Then we're going back to the focusing instead of the hatred itself, focusing upon the few black people instead of the hatred itself. So maybe you need to pause it and understand what this is a really moot point. So you don't really need to do that. I didn't even need to explain this, but if you do not understand what I'm saying, but you feel like you're almost there, just pause it for a second and think about it, because you should be able to come to that conclusion. But anyway, it is your happiness that I am pleased to have taken if it's the last thing that I do. And I put, and don't act unfazed, because if that were the case, then I would not be responding to your initial comment within this thread. So there you have it. It's just so funny to me because I wanted to start with this one because it's a great example of, how anti-blackness is perpetuated. Racism is perpetuated. Bigotry is perpetuated. People are allowed to do these things and say these things to us as if we are not the ones who are dealing with this. You're able to act as if this movie did not and still does not to this day get all of the hatred in the world, more hatred than any Disney remake, simply because this woman is black. It's not just because there was dull colors in the ocean and people didn't like how dead it looked and all this stuff. No, it's because she's black, man. It's because she's black. It's very easy to see, and people know that that's not a valid reason to be upset, at least on its face or alone. So they have to deny that, or they have to couple it with something else, So here, let me come back to the video so you all can see me. So this is the situation. You know what I'm saying? This is what people are dealing with, and it really pisses me off because people will act so obtuse. What pisses me off about it is not that people act obtuse, because I don't want to give people that kind of credit, because you really don't deserve that kind of credit. What pisses me off the most is that you all have the power to do this on the scale that you do it. That's what pisses me off the most, is that we have to live within a system, although it ain't going to be here too much longer with what they're doing with Iran. We have to live within a system. I told y'all white supremacy was going to be the death of us, of this country at the very least, as it stands. You know what I'm saying? It ain't going to be the death of us because we ain't the fucking racist ones. But, I told y'all hoes, white supremacy will be the death of white people in this country. I said that. I've said that many times. And here we're seeing it. And they don't even care. You've even got Latinas out here, their sons are getting killed by fucking ICE officers, and they are U.S. citizens. Their sons are U.S. Woman's son was a U.S. citizen. He's 23 years old. He looked like he was a teen. He was 23 years old, and he was gunned down by an officer in a very weird situation that, as usual, sees the officer claiming that, the ICE agent claiming that, oh, he was doing all these horrible stuff and he had just run over somebody with his car, when there's conflicting statements by witnesses and accounts by other people in the scene and evidence. So, it is what it is. But anyway, I think they closed the case and everything and informed her that, this was not, this was all on your son, and this is not on the ICE agent. So, I mean, I don't see how you can't say that that's not on the ICE agent when you killed a U.S. citizen. Like, that's not even your purview. You don't have the right to kill a U.S. citizen. You can say it's in self defense, but you can't really say that when you approach this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? You can't say that. And then it's like you really got to make a case for self defense. Like, what are you talking about? But this is the immunity that you all gave these law enforcement officers, and it's coming back to bite you white people in the ass. You may try to comply with it and act like you agree with it and shit because you don't want to. Okay, that's kind of pissing me off. Hold on one second. Okay, whatever. No, I feel like it's just doing too much. Whatever, it is what it is. Um, you don't I mean, like it's just ridiculous. It shouldn't have happened. It was absolutely illegal, and now you all have set yourselves up because even if you want to act like you comply with these rules and like you're okay with this and you love this or whatever, woohoo Trump. Even if that's how you feel, I will vote for Donald Trump. Like, even if that's how you feel about it, at the end of the day, you've got white people now being killed by ICE agents, and that puts you in jeopardy. You can see that the Latinos ain't really benefiting from complying to prevent dying, you know what I'm saying, or frying in a fucking El Salvador prison. So, I mean, it's crazy out here, girl. Like, watch out, watch out. Like, it's just ridiculous. Like, it's like this is, and then I think that the most crazy thing about this is that these agents are mostly Latin, and a lot of them don't even speak English like fluently, like a native speaker. Like you can you gotta try a little bit to decipher what they're saying when they speak to you because of the accent barrier and all that good stuff and the pronunciation barriers. So it's like, wait, what? And then your officers, girl, you're the ones yelling orders to people. What if they don't understand what the fuck you said, bitch? Like, thank goodness y'all supposed to be going after Latinos. They should understand. You know what I'm saying? But golly, girl. But what do you call it? I mean, it's insane. It's really insane because it's just like, now you've given these people who, are, a lot of the time they're Latin. Most of these officers, these ICE officers are Latin. They're doing this to their own community, y'all. That's another reason we shouldn't be out here protesting in these streets about this, Because like y'all doing this to yourselves, you got to get yourselves on board for us. We're not gonna go first. We're not gonna go and stand in front of you all to protect you all from yourselves, and then y'all ain't even got y'all shit together. Like, what are you talking about? But what do you call it? You know, uh, Now you've got ICE agents out here. I'm going to get it out this time, who can barely speak English, who are Latino, probably don't even have full citizenship. A lot of them, and because you don't have to have that to be a police officer or an ICE agent. But a lot of these people are also killing white people, or some of these people are killing white people too. These are people who are killing white people too. So now you've got people who might not even be a citizen over you, who are supposed to be governing, not governing, but they're supposed to be like enforcing when it comes to citizenship. So they're not even supposed to be dealing with you as an American citizen, a US citizen, let alone a white person. And you're losing your life to these fucking officers who might not even be citizens themselves. Do you not understand that that's a problem? That's very problematic. So, I don't know what to tell y'all because a lot of y'all hoes is out here on some dumb shit. Like, y'all really on some dumb shit. I mean, I guess a lot of y'all have just retired to the, end of days, kind of belief, system that has us seeing this, has some people out here seeing this as like the end days. And I can see why you would, girl. I can see why you would, girl. But that don't mean fucking roll over. The fuck? These are the last minutes that you have to prove your worth as an individual, if that is the case. So you ain't worth shit. A lot of y'all hoes ain't. But let me move on. I digress. And actually, I'm going to go ahead and take a break. Y'all ain't going to know about this. I'll probably cut this part out, but I'm going to go ahead and take a break because I already did part of the video and I've got to move on to the next thing that'll have me off camera. So, you know, all that good stuff. So, might as well go ahead and take a break. So, what do you call it? I want to move on to this situation that is about just another racial incident online. It is a situation of this. It basically just shows what, another instance of what we go through as Black people online and stuff. You know, of course, as soon as I start the video, there's this loud siren. So, anyway, um, yeah, there was this. I think he's Latin. He might be native. He looks Latin to me, honestly, Latino. Wrestler, no, boxer, I believe, who was boxing this Black guy in the ring, and clearly that was supposed to be the focus of the video. You know, another instance of a Black man going down because of a white dude, but he was actually being a white passing dude or a Latin dude. Um, but he was actually beating the Latin dude's, ass for a minute. Like, he was beating him down in the ring. And then you could tell that, the dude's hair was like not doing too well because it started falling down and like, um, it was in these like two braids or whatever, and he was it was getting looser and looser because he had this like really white looking hair or whatever. So eventually, when he got back in his corner for a hot break or whatever, they shaved that off his head and made his hair basically like this long or something. And the next scene that's shown or clip that's shown from the fight is him demolishing the Black dude, or basically, having to come back. And the caption, I'm pretty sure, was just like something like, all that was in his way was the hair or something like that. So I made this comment and I will go ahead and show it to you. So I responded, or I commented under the post, and I was like, what is it? Who told him? And then I put dot dot dot, and I knew it wasn't going to be received well. So I was like, but I didn't really care about that, and I still put the comment: "Be yourself, Black culture, cosplaying Blackness." Now this has many more likes by this point, this comment, but this was almost immediately after I posted it, because it was like, people were already leaving comments that were like, supposed to basically be racial toward me and put me in my place as a Black person for trying to claim our culture. Because if you look at the here, let me show you what the situation looked like. So this is how his hair looked before, or by the time it was knocked out of the braids. I'm trying to see if I can get one with the braids though. I don't know, but you can see at least here what the braids were supposed to be looking like. So excuse me. I commented and I was like, who told him, with all that good stuff. That all I put was that comment. Who told him? Be yourself, Black culture, cosplaying Blackness. People, of course, got upset. Now, we're not going to sit here and act like he did not have a style that was very cornroll-ish. You know what I'm saying? It was a very much so a style that is mostly seen within the Black community. Usually, sorry to be the, I don't know, 150,000th person to say it, but usually Latin people do end up going after more white styles that mimic white culture. We know this. So, I mean, having a style like that, and I'm not saying braids are specific to Black people and no one else can wear braids, but we know Black styles when we see Black styles. And that was clearly a Black style, a Black American style. Even a lot of Black Africans don't have their hair up in the style that he had. You'll have to look up the video to see a better picture of it, of what it actually looked like beforehand. But I feel like that last image really did a good enough job of showing what it is. But I put, after getting so many racist comments and stuff, people were calling me N-word. Those were the immediate comments, you know, N-word and N-word this and, all this other stuff. But then I put this comment: white people, you will do better to forget racism and cultural appropriation. Being true to yourselves always makes for the best play. Oh, and isn't this a wonderful way to exemplify that Vikings, some of the alleged greatest warriors of white history, never wore our hairstyles because they are Black? Rhetorical. White history is so rich that there makes no sense for you all to constantly be trying to claim other people's ish. So somebody was like, who told you he's white? He's Native. And I put, whiteness is a social construct that goes for who passes despite race. Stop playing. Now, I will say that I was putting him in the white category a little prematurely because I even though he would technically kind of categorize, or excuse me, pass for white, he is somewhat white passing. He's still, you can tell that he is, something other than just white. Then this person puts, every Black woman do a wig. And wait, before we get to that, I just want y'all to see him as best you can. This is what this man looks like. He's not Black. He's either Arab or Latin. And he's looking like this. I mean, got a scarf on his head, got, clearly Black style clothes on. So he describes, every Black woman do a wig and fake. So you see, he's trying to use our vernacular and shit too, and our colloquials and our ebonics. Every Black woman do a wig and fake hair like white is it not cultural appropriation? Okay, I don't know whatever. The brushing too, Brazilian straightening too, so shy you fuck up and stay. Okay, I don't know what that means. I don't recall reading that one like that. Maybe I didn't read all of it. Then it reads, okay, I click on your profile and I see instantly cultural appropriation with your hair. So I had the hair that you see in my most recent video through this channel, this YouTube channel, Lynn's Bends, if you're watching through YouTube or listening. What do you call it? It's the orange, bangs and the orange, like 20 plus inch hairstyle that I had, maybe like 25 inches or 24 inches, 23. And he was basically claiming that because the hair was straight and because the hair was, I guess, orange, that, I'm culturally appropriating. Like, Black women and Black people are not the first ones to have people with orange hair, to produce people who have orange hair, who have what we call red hair and ginger hair, and even straight hair and silky hair. There are Black people who naturally have silkier hair than white people, because white people's hair is not silky usually. It's usually coarse and straight or wavy. So I hate this the way you gotta go through this thing. So anyway, he put, you are a Black woman who wants to become white fishing sad. So I don't know what he's on with his language. I'm pretty sure he's French, but he's either Latin or he is, like I said, Arab. And I put, it's not my fault that you don't know that not only does every race of women wear weave, but it takes after Black history that has incorporated it within our culture for eons. You all love to immediately run to the ways that you all have appropriated our hair, making it inappropriate to sport it naturally without harassment, degradation, and formal reprimand for our natural texture being seen as unkempt. All that you've done is reinforce that mine is a colonized people. You also further perpetuate anti-Blackness by relegating weave callouts to our race and gender when one of your looks-maxing men just got his wig and cap removed online. This was me thinking that he was white for a second. I'm a Creole woman who descends from many different textures, as not only do Black people have every phenotype imaginable, and were the first to have them, were we the first to have them, but we are also the first to sport weave that all races of women wear. The only reason that you don't call out non-Black women for wearing weave is because you assume that everyone but Black women has hair and that it's straight to an extent. And I know and I know that the guy who's literally dressed from head to toe in foundational, okay, here we go. Black American getup that was popularized by my people within America is not calling anything upon me cultural appropriation. I am a native Black Creole woman. It's pretty tough to call anything that I do cultural appropriation. So this is the kind of stuff that I was dealing with. And I was here, let me just show you some of the comments that I was getting. This was me reporting one of the N-word comments. And here's one of them. Sub-Saharan retard is what this one puts. And this one is another one who's not white. So I put pouty face, roach bitten Neanderthal. You motherfucking duck ass, excuse me, yo motherfucking duck ass has your nerve. Come harder. So this is how I've been in the comments, because I'm just letting these hoes have it, because I'm having a good time doing it, because I'm not letting it take energy from me and like really get me in, out of sorts or whatever the case may be, because at the end of the day, I have kind of given all fucks to the wind. You know what I'm saying? Thrown all fucks to the wind and basically just been like, I'm going to give these people the same energy that they give me, which is why I'm not going to read everything that I've put forth in here. And I'm probably going to have to edit a few things so that you don't see everything, because, I sometimes I need to get down. And I have no problem getting into a conversation about any of the things that I have. I'm not going to willingly put it out there, but I have no problem. If somebody comes across and they want to try to get at me or whatever the case may be, get at me, baby. Because I will have no problem explaining to you how it is absolutely appropriate for me to go on in and fight fire with fire when bitches want to sit up here and be racist. Because when bitches want to sit here and be racist, it's only so far that you can let that go before you have to let bitches know about their own history. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to just leave it at that. But this dude put appropriating white culture with your straight red hair, laughing my ass off. And he's got a picture of a white dude who's not, just nowhere near attractive. So I put a hair color or phenotype is not able to be appropriated from you by the people who have the ability to make all of them and had them first. Black women can produce every phenotype in existence, not only because all humans can mix with other humans, but because Black women have the most and oldest of the genetic structure, mitochondrial DNA, for the makeup of all of them innately. I think that they call it the Eve gene. So, I had to let him know about that. And then I feel like there was one more maybe that I was going to try to show. But and he's also offending mentally disabled people by calling me a retard, because I thought we stopped using that word. But which leads me into the last thing, which is they got back with me. They didn't do anything about it. They got back with me and let me know that they weren't going to do anything about the people who I had reported for using the N-word. So it's just really funny to me. But the last thing that I'll do from this one before I get to the disability topic is and racism is just to show you, this is the dude, non-Black dude, allegedly. This is, it could be a fake page, but allegedly 17. Looks much older than 7 motherfucking teen, baby. But this is the way that this guy is dressing. So I keep moving this thing, and I'm not realizing that you all can't see what I'm moving. So it's actually not in the way for you guys. But I was moving it because it's in my way too. But what do you call it? This guy, you could see him from head to toe dressed in clearly Black influence, Black American influence, foundational Black American influenced get up. So you get online and you want to start talking about somebody culturally appropriating because of a hair style. And the literal thing that's covering your head is something from our culture. You ain't got no waves you trying to make. The fuck is you talking about? What you wearing a fucking scarf or a do-rag for? The fuck? So the last situation is this witch right here who got mad because I left several comments underneath their post letting them know that I didn't appreciate their take on this situation with the Tourette's dude, the dude who had Tourette's, white man in his 80s, I believe, who has Tourette's and was at the BAFTA Awards and, you know, called two black actors on stage the N-word. And it only happened when two black men were on the stage. You know, that's not a, I'm sure, an often recurrence in those spaces. We already know the higher you go, the less black faces that you will see. So you somehow just randomly thought to call these two black men the N-word or to just scream out the N-word in that moment, or your body thought to do that, your Tourette's thought to do that, or moved you to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, girl, stop. So, and it's like, even if that was an accident, it was a mistake, you know, stuff comes to people, you know, and they just say it or whatever, or they do it, it's a thing, it's a glitch, whatever the fuck kind of shit it is. At the end of the motherfucking day, if you know that your fucking racism or your and I can go ahead and leave this because I could try to show you the comments. I don't know if I have them captured. There's one, but you know, I'm sure you all already read that one. If you want to stand with racists and this is the hill upon which you would like to die, then let us help you. If you feel that you have the right to be in Black or diverse spaces while using terms that are absolutely racist, then you have the problem, and it's not. Then you have the problem, and it's not just Tourette's. And that was me responding to somebody in her comment section. But okay, here's the main comment that I left on their page. And if I use the wrong pronouns, I'm you know, in the past, then I do apologize for that because I'm not trying to miss. This person goes by they and them pronouns. But the fact that you just need, and I just want you all to know as well that the word bitch is universal. So it's unisex. So if I do use that word going forward, then that is not implying a gender. The fact that you just used that very wording simply because of, you know, quote, simply because of a disability, end quote, explains all that we need to know. Because the way that she described it, she was like, if you're going to hate on people just because of their disability or whatever the case, excuse me? You're going to pile upon somebody just because of their disability. Excuse me? So, explains all that we need to know. You don't care about how this harms the Black community. All that you care about, oh my gosh, all that you care about is being allowed within spaces when you can still, because this person also has Tourette's allegedly, being within space. But mind you, they didn't say the N-word while they were doing this live. Within spaces where you can still harm that same community. And that's real talk. You should not be in spaces if you say racist things. I don't care why you say racist things. You should not be in spaces with other people who are going to be offended by those racist things, whether you have a disability. Oh, well, you're going to shun them from public. Baby, I'm not going to be around it because you need to shun yourself from public. Because if you fuck up and you talking to somebody who don't believe you or doesn't care about that shit, then you might get fucked up. And we could talk about how wrong the other person might be for attacking a disabled person or whatever. But at the end of the motherfucking day, if you don't want to be in that situation, I mean, I know I wouldn't. I wouldn't want to be in that situation. So, you know, I would keep myself steer clear from, go to white supremacist spaces. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure they'd love to hear your outbursts. I ain't hearing these people out here saying any of the things that they can say about white people. Ain't nobody out here saying bird shit. Cracker check his, like, I don't hear none of that. You know what I'm saying? True gorilla. I don't hear none of that. But that's clear in the way that you completely dismiss even addressing the racism in this response and chalk it up to just person to this person not wanting disabled people in spaces simply because of their disabilities. You know that we are concerned with how we are having to be re-traumatized upon a regular basis, and there are new ways that people find to traumatize us and make it absolutely okay. Yet you would rather ignore all of that, not speak to it with this comment, and chalk it up to people, because I was responding to a comment from them, and chalk it up to people being ableist. You're a danger to society, and if this is how you would like us to be treated and our rights to be trampled, then I wish nothing. I don't know what the fuck I would put after that. Okay, well, I wish I would have kept what I put after that. Let me see. Did I? Okay. Anyone who refers to my people as blacks. Oh, this was because I was responding to this person. They were like, oh no, this is a whole nother situation. Yeah, this is a whole nother situation on a different platform. Okay, so yeah. So that's basically the situations that I wanted to come and talk about, and just to show, the anti-blackness online. And I know I ain't gonna show y'all, like y'all already deal with it, and you got your ways of dealing with it. But I just want people to know, one, protect your peace, because like, you do need to understand that you don't have to respond to all of these things. But if you choose to, don't feel guilty about it, because I know I don't. But two, I'm just putting this out there for evidence, because this is a lot of what makes our case for certain things that need to be coming down the pike in the future. And I'll get into that later in another video about my plans politically for the future, and ridding us of this white supremacist bullshit that's literally tanking our country and destroying it right now, and put us in War 3. But what do you call it? People love to act like Black people don't face problems online on a regular basis, and they love to act like we have all of these privileges, when we can't even exist online without being called the N-word and every other racial trope in the book, being dogged out and talked to like we're and just responded to like we are the bane of society and existence, when every one of these people and everybody in this entire world copies us on a regular basis. How are you copying everything from the language, the pronunciation, the dialect, the colloquials, the ebonics? How are you copying every single thing that we do? The dress, the hair, the skin tone, even. I mean, y'all even want to tan like us so you could be like us. Y'all doing all of this stuff to be like us, and then you're telling us that we're all this horrible shit at the same. Who really doesn't see through that? Like, who doesn't see through that? When we're younger, a lot of us, it takes us a minute to really understand what's going on here. I have recently, I'll admit, come to a point of realization of just how deep and dangerous is the jealousy, the envy in this situation, in this dichotomy between Black and white. Like, y'all got a problem. Y'all got a very big problem. And it's other people who hate us too. But y'all got a really big problem. White people got a really big problem with us. Always have. Always have. Always will. Like, that's just what it is. Like, it's crazy. It's clear hatred. It's like when you see a beautiful woman walking down the street, or these videos, you see the beautiful woman walking, and you see all the reactions of the people who see her walking down the street, and it's like, girl, like y'all be out here fucking hating so bad. You can't just appreciate it. I mean, I will literally walk up to a beautiful woman and tell her, girl, I'll be looking a mess, and I'll tell her, damn, girl, you did that. I did that to this Black woman the other day, and I was actually a little disappointed that I did. I was like, oh, attitude. Like, what the fuck? How the fuck do you get an attitude with somebody who tells you look good? Especially when it's another woman and she's not hitting on you or anything like that. Like, it was just ridiculous. I think she was looking at me like that because I was like, not dressed up myself. But it was like, babe, I live literally not even a block away from the grocery store. I came down here in a t-shirt and some freaking jogging pants. Like, what's the problem? And my coat. What's the problem? You really gonna sit up here and act like, oh, I couldn't possibly compliment you, or the compliment means nothing coming from little old man? Like, shut the fuck up, bitch. A lot of bougie assholes out here, bitch. Let me tell you. But bonjour. But Yeah, that's the situation. That's what we're dealing with on a regular basis. And I just want to bring it out here so that more people can know, we can relate to each other and be like, yeah, girl, I go through that shit too, girl. It's nice to see that somebody else is going through it. At least just for the fact that I'm not alone. You're not alone. I am here with you. Look, but what do you call it? Yeah, I think that I'm gonna leave it at this. There are some other things that I want to talk about, and they don't really line up with this video exactly. And a video is coming very soon. I finally finished my research, and now I'm just organizing that research into a script because I'm gonna need one because of the research. And I don't usually do research episodes, so that is going to be, if not the next episode, it's the next big episode that's coming out. It should be. So it's a really extensive episode about hip hop and the start of hip hop and how it came to be and how foundationally Black it is. And since people want to come out here and everybody from, Central America to Timbuktu wants to claim it, girl. So look forward to it. Thank you for tuning in with me today.